Hey guys, it is Polish Peter here from Immigrant Masters Unite, and I have another little video that I want to record for you guys today. Hey, how are ya? And share some really cool insight that I just got from one of my previous videos that I recorded last week, Facebook Live. So, for those of you who listen and watch my videos, thank you so much. And the video that I'm referring to is a video that I talked about when you two give you, hey Marty, awesome, well, go see you, good to see you here. So the video I was referring to is the video I talked about last week about sometimes you gotta give yourself a hug. And what was happening, hey Steve and Laura, I wonder who this, Steve or Laura is on here. And on that video I talked about giving yourself a hug sometimes, right? Because a lot of times we beat ourselves up so much that we don't really, pay attention to that. And what I got a message afterwards from one of my students, actually, she was watching with her son. And her son ended up right there in a moment. He said, well, Peter says to give a hug, and give her a hug. Okay? And that was a very cool thing to do because it means something that we don't typically think about. But what happened was later on that day, she went and asked, she has this little thing that she does with her sons, like, hey, did you give your mom a hug today? And he went and he says yes, and she sometimes jokes with her, that she forgot or whatever it might be, and he gives her a hug today. But what happened was in that moment he said to her, well, Peter said to give you a hug, right? And what hit me at that particular, which by the way she shared this message with me, hopefully this was okay with her sharing this, but what hit me in that moment is we have so many excuses that we do, that we put in ourselves in our head. Why we shouldn't say this, why we shouldn't say that, why we shouldn't record a Facebook Live or a video put out there because it's not, important enough, or it doesn't really matter what's coming from me, or people don't care, or whatever the case may be. And I've had this kind of a thing happening in my head for a long time before, and it was stopping me from actually recording stuff because who's going to listen? What kind of an impact will have, And that little voice can sometimes stop you from actually getting what you want. But what happens is you have no idea who you can impact. For someone, some like small person, right? In that regard, her son gives her a hug. And it means something completely different to him. It means something different to her. And it has a big impact on their own personal life, right? And it might be something very simple like that. But you never know what kind of an impact you might have on someone else's life when you post something meaningful. When you post something on Facebook or on Instagram or Facebook's or on LinkedIn's or Twitter's or wherever it might be. If you have something that's brewing in your head, if you have something that keeps popping up in your head, put it out there because you don't know who you can impact in life. And I just want to encourage you guys to not let that little voice stop you in your head to get yourself out there. If you feel like someone is dealing something, maybe you see somebody in your life that there's something odd, right, about their energy or whatever, like something's going on, or they don't, all of a sudden they change how they really are in life. Like because we people, humans, we live in patterns, right? So we usually have these certain patterns that we live by. But if you notice someone in life that all of a sudden their pattern changed a little bit, right? Maybe hey Aaron, maybe they started following you for a while, and they've been communicating with you for a while, they've been talking with you, and all of a sudden they stopped. They're not doing it as much. Reach out to that person because something might be going on in their life and have a conversation with them or just be there for them. But I think the message that I want to share with you from this particular Facebook Live is this. Don't let that inner voice in your head stop you from making things happen in life. Share your message. Share it as much as you can because you never know who it can impact. Just like the little boy in that particular one. Now he has given hugs to his mom before, but now there's something different about that, right? And I never knew that I could have that kind of an impact. And I don't know if these videos do any kind of other impact on people's lives. But I will keep making them and I will put stuff out there, hopes that someone, it might have an impact. Maybe they're sitting there and they're having a bad day. Maybe something is going on seriously in their life, and you put something out there and you share it, and the way you say it or what you say in that video or in that message might have an impact on them that you would never believe that you could have. So don't let yourself get stopped from that. Go out there, put yourself out there, and don't let anybody take you down. Because when it comes down to it, you are the reason why this world goes going around and great things. So thank you, Marty. You do make, thanks, I appreciate it. I know, and by the way, Marty, you make an impact in people's lives. You have no idea how much you do that. Me as, as a coach, it has a big impact on me as well. So I love having those kinds of conversations with you guys. Thanks, Steve. Dude, I appreciate that, man. I really do. And it's a great thing that I was able to have that kind of impact for you. And I think for you specifically, I have a different kind of an impact there. No, on serious things. I love it. And until the next video, this is Polish Peter's video. Polish Peter out. See you guys. Bye. Share with people.